Today, Ashley Shaheen is here, and she's the Director of Elder and Human Services. Ashley, I'm sure that it's been a challenge getting settled into your position here in Littleton, and now you're trying to think of new things to do to keep things in a semi-normal way. Mm-hmm. So how about giving us a little, give us some information about yourself first.
Okay, happy to.
Okay.
Let's see, I started my interest in elder services when I was in college. I went to Merrimack College, and in my final year, I really realized that I was interested in community engagement and community organizing, so I decided to apply for a fellowship program. And the program was a master's in education with the focus being on community engagement and organizing. And I was matched with a site, the North Shore Community Development Coalition, and I did a lot of event planning and survey creation, door knocking, just to get the word out about the services that the coalition provided. And through that, I realized that I wanted to really be in senior services, senior centers specifically, and program events with more frequency. And I applied for the job in Wellesley, and I got it as the Senior Activities Coordinator, and I was there for close to 6 years, so I was part of really developing the program, because before my position, the position was part-time. I was the first full-time staff member as programs and services, so obviously you have more time, so you're able to do more and to bring more into the center. And at that point, we were functioning out of a community center, and I was part of the senior center process and the movement from there into the senior center. And
super.
It was beautiful. What a beautiful moment for the community.
Yeah.
And it was a real highlight to me just to see all of the services and the increase of participation. We had a real increase of new people and new users and a lot of younger folks as well taking part.
Maybe, excuse me for interrupting.
Oh, sure.
But maybe you're good luck for us.
I hope I'm good luck. I don't want to bring any bad luck right now, especially during COVID-19.
You mentioned those two words that mean so much, and it sounded good, so maybe you're good luck for us.
I hope so. I hope so
too.
And then after Wellesley, I applied for a job as the Assistant Director of Senior Services in Hawkinton. I was there for a year and a few months, and then I saw this position available, and I wanted to just grow professionally and expand my knowledge in the services arena. So I applied, and wow, it was quite the process. Everything is remote now in nature, so I had a few interviews through Zoom, and then the final interview in person with the board, and it's just been quite the journey through transition.
And there's more to go yet.
There is. Every single day I'm learning about the department and just the breadth and scope of services that's provided on a day-to-day basis. It's truly amazing, and I feel so fortunate to have a great team, and they've helped me thus far. I started early August, so they've been instrumental in getting me acclimated to what we're doing currently and how the department has continued to function throughout the pandemic.
Good. I think I also heard you mention time with your grandparents and your parents, and that's an important thing for somebody like me who always, was very close to my grandparents and my mother, and wanted my mother, to have a place to go and do things and everything. And when you said something about your grandparents, I said, okay, maybe she knows us people, us old people. And I think that's important to understand and listen and know how we feel. I used to say they, but now it's not we. We elders.
I just feel lucky to have a supportive family and feel thankful that my maternal grandparents are still living and they're doing incredibly well health-wise. Good. And I've encouraged them to take advantage of their senior center activities and programs because I think it would be good. That's a major way to stay connected. Sure. And to meet new people and to make friends and just to expand your interest with the classes provided as well. And I know right now we're not offering any programs within the building, but we do have programs virtually. We have some on cable. I know the Friends, they've organized an upcoming Grab and Go program, and we have the Arts and Crafts Grab and Go program. So just really encourage people to take a look at the Broadcaster, which is our monthly publication. And if you're not on our mailing list, please call us and we'll gladly add you to the mailer. That's our major means of publicity and advertisement, and just check it out. And I think most importantly too is if we don't have anything that really speaks to you, let us know. I'd be curious to hear what else is on people's minds and how we can offer something of interest to everyone.
Good. That's the thing, trying to get them to tell you this, trying to get them to contact you. I think they listen to us and then kind of forget that, oh yeah, I could have called in and mentioned that I would like this. Because often I've said, even on my show, we need to know things about you. We need to know about organizations and stuff. And instead, I have to go out and reach. And, it would be so easy if someone would just say, this is happening in town and I'd like people to know. So I hope that if they have ideas for programs, they should get a hold of you to let you know, because you may find some that you didn't even know about that sound pretty good and can be done during COVID, on Zoom or some FaceTime even.
Yeah, I think the sky's the limit in terms of what we can do, and we are a dedicated staff and we really value the interest of the community, and we want to hear from people at home. So in the Broadcaster, for the November Broadcaster, we do have a quick questionnaire. I don't like to call it a survey because people sometimes...
We get edgy.
Yes. It's all about the wording.
No, they've done those. Been there, done that.
So it's just a handful of questions to really gain some input and feedback from folks if they are participating in our virtual programs. If not, why is that? Is it because they don't have the technology? Are they nervous about signing up for Zoom? Or is it something else? They're just not interested in what we have presently.
Sometimes they're shy. I've seen that happen, where I had a husband come in once to ask about certain programs because he wanted his wife to get involved and she was shy. And he said, I know I'm going to have to talk her into it. And so there are people like that, and maybe someone who doesn't have someone to talk them into it either. But, and then some seniors rather be alone, I guess, but too bad. Too bad.
I hate to hear that. I really do. Especially now, it's so isolating. And if people are feeling that way, please reach out and call us, connect with us.
Right.
And I was reading an article the other day. They said even 15 minutes chatting with someone helps. So pick up the phone and call someone, call a friend, call a relative, call us. There's a lot of community support within the town.
Sure, churches too.
Yeah.
They do things. But I feel that I'm going to say Elder and Human Services, but I want to add the /COA.
Sure.
Are very important to people. And another thing, you did mention once about having the broadcaster sent to the whole town. And it's really, we've done that a couple of times, but it's a good idea because of say for instance, you know, before I was ready for the Council on Aging, I joined because of my mother. Okay, but I joined to volunteer. And this is what the families need to know. Like, if you want your parents to be active, then why don't you investigate? And maybe by looking at the broadcaster, or just calling the office and finding out things would help your parent or your grandparent, and like in your case. Actually, in my case, my mother went off on her own anyway, because she wanted to golf and she wanted to do things that, in fact, or something during the summer, if there is no COVID, a golf club would be great, because there are seniors. My mother golfed till she was 90, so there are seniors that would like to do that, or, you know, some of those things. But yeah, she did her own thing, but I did make her volunteer in the thrift shop, and that she met a lot of people here that way. And she went to lunch sometimes down in the diner.
I've heard about those luncheons. I remember at my final interview that was brought up that the Friends host the monthly luncheons in the multi-purpose room, and every month it was all decked out with the decorations and the themes.
That's fun. It's like I considered it like being in high school when you didn't, because you probably went to big restaurants, but we had to decorate our gym. And so you were very creative. I mean, you know, you had a Paris theme, or you had this kind of theme. And so you used talents you didn't even know you had, and you also made new friends who were helping in the gym, all the kids that came in to decorate. So I kind of think of it that way, except that I'm pretty picky. And the gals that help me usually laugh, because they will be so careful to put things around nice and neat. And I always go mess it all up and say, throw it there, throw it there. And so they've learned that. That's how we decorate it, throw it there.
Yeah.
But it was fun, and I'm hoping they continue that when the time comes.
Right.
But right now, we're doing the lunches at restaurants, and the seniors can come to the restaurant, pick it up. The one we're having next is November 17th, because we always had a veterans lunch. Well, we're not doing a veterans lunch this year, and we talked it over and tried to figure out what to do. So we went to Il Forno, and they will do a Thanksgiving meal. It's not Thanksgiving, it's the 17th of November. And you go to Il Forno and pick up your dinner there. And you have to sign up in the COA office. We will have that list, and when you come to pick up your food, we're going to check off names, and you know, make sure that everyone who signed up gets their meal. They have to be from Littleton. And let's see, it is free from the Friends as a gift. It's going to be turkey and gravy and potatoes and veggies, the things that you would expect. I don't think there'll be a dessert or bread. That was getting to be a little much for them to carry home and eat.
Sure.
And we're going to have a little slip of paper in there that says, eat it now while it's hot, and if you don't, make sure you warm it up very well at home when you do decide to eat it, like if it's later in the day or the next day, because that's an important thing for the food to, you know, be fresh for you. We don't want our seniors getting sick with our food. But anyway, so
I think you really touched on a good point, Barbara. It's all about publicizing the department and awareness in terms of everything that we offer and how to connect people.
Right.
Oftentimes it's word of mouth. So if you know someone that could benefit from one of us reaching out, please reach out to us. That's what we're here for. These are the services that we provide.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, that's good. I hope they do. And you want to talk to Ashley, and the number is 978-254-2470, and you'll get a pleasant answer. So is there anything else that you feel you wanted to mention?
Yeah, I could speak to some of the upcoming programs that we have scheduled in November. The November issue, I believe, just went to the printer, so it may be a few days until people receive their copy in the mail. But I am excited to share a few programs with you today. One being a meet and greet. So I'm actually bringing my fur friend Charlie with me to work one day. He's 4 years old. He celebrated a birthday quarantine style. So that's Friday, November 6th, 11 o'clock. And if it's rainy that day, we'll plan for the following Friday, the 13th at 11. And it's just a chance, another opportunity for me to hopefully meet some people in the community and to hear from folks how they're doing and if anything is on their minds. We had also advertised in the newsletter social distance visits. So if you're at home or feeling isolated and you could benefit from someone to stop by and say hello, please let us know. And we have the craft class coming up. I know Anita and Susan work very hard in organizing that as well. We have a virtual trivia event planned for November 18th at 2 o'clock and a recipe swap with Sue Raymond to talk about what do you like to eat during the holidays, any family recipes. November 19th at 10, that's also held virtually. We also have a staff virtual coffee hour, which is the second Friday of the month. So if you wanted to drop in and say hello to Amy, Sue, and Nicole, we'd love to see you there. I know you had interviewed Dottie with the Loving Stitches group, and they continue to meet every Monday.
Yep.
And we have some support groups as well, so Living Alone and Living Well. The next one coming up is November 19th, 10:30. And yeah, we have some things cooking here, Barbara, and it looks good.
Yeah. I think some people do have to get used to Zoom.
Yeah.
And we had, at one of our meetings, we had Sharon Corbin is in Canada. She came in FaceTime because she couldn't get the Zoom in there. So she came FaceTime and we all did Zoom, and it worked out very well for her. She was able to attend. So I like FaceTime too.
Yeah.
And also these things can be used by people picking up their lunch. If they're on Zoom with people, get your lunch and all get together for lunch.
Right. I think the most important thing is to really stay connected in whatever way you can.
Yeah.
Whether it be calling someone or participating virtually or watching cable television.
Yeah.
I know our line dancing instructor, Carrie, she has her videos on cable so people can dance at home.
I've seen it.
Have you taken the class?
This is the only time that I would be able to do line dancing because I tried it with the class, and I am not someone who can't dance, but I kept tripping over myself. So at home I can trip and nobody will notice. My husband notices if I fall down. Though,
oh, well, maybe he'll join you one time. But I really think too, with all of this that's happening right now, it's really changing how the network is viewing programs. So once we are able to welcome programs back, if people feel comfortable, that's another thing, coming back, it most likely will be hybrid. So people could participate potentially in person, but for those who may not feel comfortable yet, they could also watch through Zoom and to be part of it. We don't want to leave anyone out. And I know there is a little bit of a digital divide for those folks that do not have access to the computer or feel comfortable with Zoom. So that's why I think the partnership with LCTV and to have as many programs as we can through this vehicle is important.
Right. Well, maybe this will be short-lived with any luck. And we can see each other down in the multi-purpose room for one of the big lunches or dancing or whatever. And that would be something to look forward to because we all need we're humans. We need social time, and that means face-to-face and be able to talk. And it's been a pleasure talking to you today. I've enjoyed it.
Oh, thank you for having me.
And we'll have to do it again.
Absolutely, anytime.
Okay. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed our little chat, and we're looking forward to seeing you on Zoom.